Welcome to the Realm Cast. I am your Mortal Kombat fan, Tim, and with me as always is my co-host, the Lore Master, Yanni. Welcome, Yanni.
Thanks, fan Tim. Today we're welcoming unCAGEDgamez. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So we usually get started by asking our guest who their favorite MK character is. Who is your favorite MK character?
So my favorite MK character, I think a lot of people probably can figure this out from my username, but it's Johnny Cage. That's why I got unCAGEDgamez.
Surprise.
So I wasn't sure about that. Yanni kept telling me that that's your favorite character, and I thought, maybe that's not why. Maybe there's a different reason.
It's in the name to throw you off. That's what it is. it's for competitive.
I secretly hate this character. I just put it in my username because.
That's why everybody, my PSN is I love Jackie. Okay, you know this now.
So, Cage, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you kind of get started off with Mortal Kombat? Because right now, you have a very successful YouTube channel. You got a lot of followers, but how did this all come about? Where did your love for Mortal Kombat come from?
Oh, man. So if we're going to talk about all the way at the beginning, I guess my first introduction to Mortal Kombat was with the original Mortal Kombat 1. My dad bought it on, I think, the Nintendo. And at the time, I was too young, so I didn't know what it was. All I knew was there was a yellow ninja and a blue ninja. I'm like, okay, cool. I like ninjas. So I played that. And then I kind of didn't really do much gaming until when I was in high school or middle school. I think they started to reboot MK with MK9, and then they showed off, started revealing characters here and there. And I remember in class, and they showed off Johnny Cage for the first time. And then my classmates were like, dude, this is the stupidest character ever. Who tattoos the name Johnny on their chest? I'm like, whoa, calm down, guys. This is a pretty awesome character. So then I went home and I made a YouTube channel called unCAGEDgamez. I'm like, listen, I'm going to rip my boy. And so that's pretty much how everything started.
So your channel name is basically your tattoo.
Yeah, pretty much. So if I got a tattoo, I would get unCAGED tattooed on my chest.
Did you start as commenting on Mortal Kombat 9? We know some of your older videos were mostly Injustice-based, but what were kind of some of the first things that you did?
When I started on YouTube, I tried to do sketch comedy because at the time, the only people I saw on YouTube were Niga Higa, Kev Jumba, all these Asian
Oh, man, YouTubers. I remember Niga Higa. I love this stuff.
Right? So I was like, oh, cool, funny Asian guy. I'm Asian. I think I'm funny, so I can try to do this. I tanked so hard. I got 5 views and 4 of them for me. So I stopped, and then I saw people uploading Gears of War videos, and I love Gears of War. So I started doing that alongside with Mortal Kombat. And yeah, that's pretty much what I started with.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because many guests, for example, have started almost specifically with MK, and it's cool to see how you've sort of moved towards MK with that sort of history as well.
So at this point, how would you kind of classify or explain your channel to people who haven't seen it?
That's a complicated question right there. So, it depends on the time of year. So maybe Mortal Kombat's really hot right now. Then I'll be uploading a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff, and people think my channel's a Mortal Kombat channel. Hence also unCAGEDgamez. People are like, oh, it's definitely a Mortal Kombat channel. It's Johnny Cage channel. But then I also covered Injustice. I do a lot of vlogs, unboxings. Honestly, it's whatever I'm feeling like, I just upload. So I've been doing Avengers videos. I
find it interesting that obviously you named your channel sort of after Johnny, but then it took a while for you to actually get into the MK content.
Yeah. When I started the channel, I did Gears and Mortal Kombat kind of the same time. But I didn't really cover Mortal Kombat like that until later on. So yeah, I guess the name just sounded cool. So I was like, yeah, I'll just keep it.
Cool. Well, you mentioned that you're, doing unboxings and stuff. We've seen that you kind of go on MK shopping sprees. The money there, does that come out of your pocket or from sponsorships or what?
Oh man, so one of my more popular series is the Buy Everything Mortal Kombats, and half the time the money is coming out of my pocket. I try to hold off on doing an episode until I find a sponsor, but then there's months of no sponsorships, and people are like, where's another Buy Everything Mortal Kombat? I'm like, oh god, here we go. So I had to go and I just gotta hope that I don't like. I hope and also don't hope that I don't find anything, because if I find something that I don't have in my collection, I'm like, cool, a new thing in my collection. But then I'm like, crap, I'm spending this money. So then I tell everybody, hey, make sure you guys watch this video like 100 times so I can make the money back. And then most of the time, it pays off one action figure and that's it. And then the rest of it's out of my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
You must have a great collection, though.
Oh, my collection's massive.
So you only buy the stuff that you don't already have? Like, it's not like you're going out and buying every single Mortal Kombat thing you see that day.
When I started the series, that was the plan, to buy everything, hence the name. But then I was like, that's a lot of stuff and that's a lot of money that I don't want to spend. So I just made it to things that I don't have.
That's cool.
Is there an actual video where you show all the stuff you have?
I recently uploaded a video on what's on my shelf, and that's just a small chunk of my collection. A lot of it is in boxes outside of my office because I have no more room in my office. So there's only a small part. I haven't shown the whole thing yet.
Oh, gosh, that's insane. Do you actually have any like official ties with Warner Brothers or NRS that, you know, kind of help you acquire merchandise or anything like that?
Not at all. They don't send me, like, the only time I get sent stuff is from the PR team, and that's for like if there's a special event, like the reveal event for Mortal Kombat, they invited me after that, and I got like a swag bag, and then they sent me some Aftermath care package. But other than that,
the bath collection thing,
the Aftermath collection.
Afterbath.
Other than that, everything else I bought. So
that's cool. I don't think a lot of people realize that, you know, because YouTubers kind of get this branded as, you know, like almost like Mortal Kombat or NRS shill factors, and don't realize that a lot of YouTubers out there are actual fans and spending their own money on these type of things.
Exactly. Yeah, I get a lot of comments saying, oh, Cage just loves Mortal Kombat because they send him all this stuff. I'm like, are you not watching the videos? Like, I'm buying this with my own money. And then I get the comments like, oh, he just returns it afterwards. And there's a couple episodes where I'm in Vegas and I buy a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go back to Vegas to return the things. I don't understand how they get that. But
you just need to do a video of all the figures outside your office and just be like, do these look like they've been returned?
Oh, I still have this one from that episode. I still have that one. Yeah.
I think it's cool because you do get a lot of haters out there, but it's not like you're part of a dynasty of hated YouTubers.
All right.
I'm supposed to be the bad pun guy. This is.
But no, really, like you actually handle your haters in stride, which is very admirable.
Yeah.
Because we've had a couple, you know, comment on our linked tweets together sometimes, and your responses always crack me up.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to have a majority of supporters and haters. I do. I mean, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong, right? So I have a couple haters, but most of the time, if I see them, I try to do like a troll comment back or just ignore them for the most part. Because
the troll comment's always the best way.
Yeah, easily. And then like half the time when I troll them back, they're like, "Oh, I was just joking, man. Big fan."
They just want that response out of you, don't they?
Exactly.
We've seen that you've actually been in touch with and possibly even training with Ronda Rousey. How did that come about?
Oh, so I stream on Facebook. I'm one of the first 40 Facebook streamers when they started the whole live streaming over there. Yeah. Wow. So I'm one of the, I call myself the founding 40. No one else calls me that, but I think it's a cool title. So I was part of that, and I've been streaming there for 2 years. And one of my partner managers from Facebook, he's like, listen, I got this crazy opportunity for you. All right. Rhonda just joined Facebook Gaming, and you know, she voices Sonya. You play Mortal Kombat. We want you to train Rhonda. And at first I was like, am I reading this wrong? Like, is there a different Rhonda I don't know about? But it was her. And at first I was also thinking about declining that because that's a big thing. And I would be very nervous to train. She could kill people if she wanted to in real life, right? I don't want to mess up. So I was like, okay, I wound up just decided to do it because, you know, it's a great opportunity. So I trained her, and she's a very nice person. Yeah.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this at all. Yanni's told me about it. So you trained her how to play Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Like, did she ever get really mad and break a controller or anything like that?
She did not. Actually, she was kind of calm. I taught her how to play Sonya because, you know, that's who she voices.
Why Sonya?
I don't know. Probably she actually wanted to play Baraka, which I'm like, you know, I feel like you would do a lot better with Baraka than Sonya.
Hey,
but
good taste.
Yeah, I taught her how to play Sonya, and then also there was a celebrity celebrity charity event for Facebook that was they were throwing, and Ronda was part of it. So she had to be trained by me so she could get good for the tournament, and then she had to fight Dimitri Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Who won?
So here's the thing, right? So Ronda voices Sonya, so she picks Sonya. Dimitri has a Sub-Zero skin, so we would think he would pick Sub-Zero. So I trained Ronda to fight Sub-Zero, and then he picks Scorpion, and then spams teleport. So yeah, Ronda lost, unfortunately.
Dimitri didn't even pick his own character.
He didn't pick his own character. Even though the Facebook promos was like, Dimitri's like, I'm Dimitri Vegas, and it's like looking in a mirror, and it's like all this like zero thing on the screen. It's like ice. I'm like, okay, Ronda, we got the Sub-Zero slide. You're good. Pick Scorpion. I'm like, okay, well, this is a twist.
How did Ronda react to that? Like, when you spoke about that later, what did she say?
Ronda's like, oh, Dimitri's a punk. If you pick Sub-Zero, beat him. Oh, yeah, so.
Hey, that's honestly a genius move from him.
It was, but it was all for charity, so win or lose, it was just fun.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is great, though.
Is Ronda's handle unBladeGamez now?
It would be cool if it was.
Hold on, guys. I'm just passing over my pun crown to Phantom. 1 second.
So, you did a lot of Mortal Kombat 9, you did a lot of Mortal Kombat X, and you've kind of jumped into Mortal Kombat 11 now. What's your experience been like with it so far?
Like covering the game for Mortal Kombat 11?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's been the worst because of demonetization. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So Mortal Kombat 9, when I was covering it, I didn't do much of it. Mortal Kombat X, I covered it like extensively. And everything was fine. I was uploading like fatalities. I was uploading, everything perfectly fine, monetized. And then Mortal Kombat 11 came out, or they announced it. And then the video started getting hit by the yellow icon. And it's like, oh, your video's getting limited to no ads. And when they say that, it's literally no ads. You don't make any money off of it. All right. Maybe like 5 cents. All right.
Is that because of the gore and stuff in the game?
Yeah, I think it's the gore. But then also sometimes when you like filter out the gore, like I talked to a YouTube rep before about one of my videos getting demonetized, and I filtered all the blood so you can't really see it. And they said that this is the timestamp of what your video got demonetized for. And I checked the timestamp. It was literally me playing as Johnny, and I did a normal down 2 uppercut, and it got demonetized.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
So violence and everything.
I guess so. But, and then sometimes when I put the word Mortal Kombat in my title, my videos get demonetized too. And I have to submit for review and then wait like 24 hours. And then maybe they were like, okay, you know what? We reviewed it. It's appropriate. You can upload it. And so demonetization.
Mortal Kombat gets hit.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm surprised that my Buy Everything Mortal Kombat didn't get hit because that would have sucked real bad. But that's actually one of the reasons why I did the Buy Everything Mortal Kombat, because I love the series so much, but I don't want to stop like uploading anything Mortal Kombat on my channel. So I thought a fun way to still do Mortal Kombat without actually playing the game was to do the series of me going out and finding stuff. And
you're a full-time YouTuber, right?
I'm a full-time YouTuber and streamer, yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So they're basically saying you can't make money
yeah,
off of this game.
It was very scary because I uploaded a video of like all the fatalities on like, I think it was Spawn or RoboCop or something like that. And the video got like a couple million views. And usually a couple million views would give me a pretty nice paycheck that would make me okay for the month. But because it got demonetized, I made $20 off of that million view video. Yeah. So, gosh. It was like a punch in the nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's true to form. Yeah. Well, what about your experience in terms of the actual game itself?
The game itself, at first, when I was playing at the reveal event, when I got my hands on it for the first time, I was straight up honest to the developers. I was like, yo, I hate how this game is playing right now. I don't like, because at the time, it was like if you want to do a special move or whatever, you had to do a different direction or something like that to do like amplified. And I hated that so much. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay, we'll take that in consideration. And then thank God they changed it back to just a 1 button. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I still personally like MKX better. I feel like MK11's a little slow. MKX, it was just like balls to the walls. You got to go ham. But MK11, you got to play a little bit more patient. And it's cool. I know some people like that. I just not a fan.
It's definitely a different gaming mechanic than Mortal Kombat X and even Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat 9 and X were like more similar in my opinion to
MKX
the
just
fighting.
took 9 further, I felt. whereas
Yeah.
MK11 did change it up completely.
So do you prefer the older Mortal Kombat games more than 11? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would say I prefer the other MK games over 11. MK11 is still a solid game, but in terms of like playing it and watching like high level play, I feel like I remember the hypest moments being from MK9 tournaments and MKX tournaments.
Yeah.
MK11, it's just I see a lot of just normal like spamming. It's like great, cool.
Yeah, there's not much variety in it, is there?
No.
One of my favorite videos I've seen recently was a Scarlet Fighter versus a Shiva Fighter, and the Shiva Fighter kept trying to do the teleport jump thing. And Scarlet just kept doing her blood shield around her and knocking Shiva down.
Yeah.
That was the entire match.
I just see these things and I'm like, how do you enjoy playing the game if you're just going to do this the whole time?
Exactly.
This is exactly what puts me off of Combat League, because it's just people doing that the whole time.
Oh, don't even get me started with Kombat League, man. Don't give me
No, I will. Tell me.
Are we gonna start right now? We're gonna start talking about Kombat League right now?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, first of all, Kombat League just needs a whole rework because that whole thing is just a mess. First of all, wired Wi-Fi filter, please and thank you. I don't want to be playing someone and then I'm like 2 ranks higher than them and I'm fighting a guy 2 ranks lower, and if I lose all my points, and then if they win, they get like 100 something, and their ping is like 1,000. Right. And their Wi-Fi, and I play, or the ones that says the ping is like 50 and it's still Wi-Fi, but then when you click accept and then you get to the game, the ping jumps up to like 700. I'm like, I can't back out of this. Or the ones that says the ping is just right under the threshold that you can't decline the match. I hate those ones too, because it's like the maximum you can have ping is 300. The guy has 299. I'm like, really? I can't go down this one. So I had to play it, and I'm fighting Scorpion, and I'm in the Matrix. So I don't know. I just get there.
I'm so glad it's not me.
Right before this episode, I was asking Yanni about, because I really want some of those new skins. And Yanni, you were telling me you have to play, what is it, 50 matches a month to get a skin?
Okay, basically for Combat League, you need to play 5 matches a day, 10 days in the season, and that's just for the daily challenge skin, which in this season of the Hive, is Baraka's. That's ignoring the fact that you still need to get to Demigod for Cabal's skin.
Wait, how do you get to Demigod?
You just gotta win enough points to get to the Demigod tier.
Gosh.
And bearing in mind what Cage just said about losing, say, like if you lose against somebody who is 2 tiers below you, you will pretty much lose all your points. And then they will gain, say, what, 150 or something?
Yeah, like 100 or something. But the thing is, if you beat them, right, you get 10 points. 10. So let's say you fight 5 opponents, or no, you fight 4 opponents, right? And each one of them are all under ranked than you. You win all those 4 matches, you get 40 points. You lose your 5th match against someone that's 2 ranks under you, you just lost all the points that you just won. So getting Demigod is like the worst thing ever. I stopped playing it this, was it last season? Yeah, last season. The season before that, I played it because Johnny Cage was the skin. And of course, they had to put a Demigod. So that was the worst like month of my life. I made a video of it when I actually reached the Demigod. I was punching my chair. And I lost years of my life playing Kombat League. Yeah. So.
Wow.
So what happens if I play like 10 days, but one of those days I only play 4 matches? Does that mean I don't get my basic skin?
No. So basically, you need to have done 10 days of 5 matches in 10 days of the season. The season is what, 28 days, I think? Not a full month, but around that much. So you have that many days in terms of chances.
I mean, so if one day I don't play a match, like I only do 4 out of 5 that day, do I have to do 5 the next day in order to get? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, also, don't forget, if you get to a certain rank, to the higher ranks, and you don't play for like 2 days or something, your rank slowly goes down. So
genius implementation.
It's
honestly
fantastic. Kombat League is the greatest thing that came out of 2020. So.
No, I'm just so glad. Usually it's me complaining about this, and I'm so happy to hear somebody else get passionate about it for once.
No, I love like they add skins that you can get for free that you can unlock, because I love that about games. You know, it's free skins. You can just earn it. But the way you earn these ones is like you fighting 5 dudes blindfolded. All right, so it's not happening unless you're Kenshi. So,
and I don't think many of us are Kenshi.
No, we are, and if you are, that's pretty sick. But
I mean, honestly, firstly, 5 matches a day is a bit much. I would have understood 3. I honestly would have. That I would have would have made sense. It would have been reasonable. But 5? Why do I have to waste in between 45 minutes to an hour and a half of my life, depending on if people just cancel on me? And you'll get everybody canceling on you if you literally have 1% more chance to beat them than they do you.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. What if I, join with Wi-Fi and everybody quits on me? How many points do I get then?
None.
See, that's actually the secret to winning Kombat League. You start the match and then you turn on your torrent program. Now that we're in, criticism mode, I came across a meme and it was basically Shao Kahn and Sindel. And you know the whole hitting blunt meme?
Maybe if I see it.
Hits blunt, and then you say something which is a fact where you realize, whoa, what?
Oh, so okay,
in this one, it's Shao Kahn.
Let me preface this. Yanni runs the Mortal Kombat meme realm. So if you want to know anything about a meme, or if you want somebody to talk about memes for an hour, it's Yanni.
I cannot take credit for this meme. This was by Souted on Reddit. And it's basically Shao Kahn saying, hey, if the Sea of Blood is bottomless, why did Karon's ship have anchors? And then it's got Sindel looking at Shao Kahn. And they both look like, Shao Kahn looks high and Sindel's like, what? And so that basically got me thinking, because we have so many of these moments where honestly, it seems like even the writers could have been high, So we tested on our group, the Mortal Kombat group on Facebook, and saw what people were saying about the Sea of Blood. People kept saying, what about the other seas? They could have just used them for the other seas. It's not like they only had the anchor for just the Sea of Blood.
Okay.
How often do you sail from sea to sea in our world?
I mean, I'll do you one better. Until MK11, what seas did we know of in the Netherrealm?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
There's literally just a Sea of Blood as far as we know. So why? Why? What's the point?
Maybe it's like regulation on building a boat. You gotta have an anchor, even if you're not gonna use. You gotta have it.
It's Shinnok's guidelines.
Yeah.
But this isn't actually Shinnok's. It was brought into effect from when Lucifer was in power. That must have been it.
Yeah. Somebody did say that it could be that so they can anchor on shore, which does make a bit more sense.
It does. But then if that's the case, why is the anchor so long? What was it? Raiden throws Garrus into the water with the anchor, and the anchor seems to have so much coil to it that there must be a bottom to the Sea of Blood.
Well, the bottomless seas have long bottom shores. That's all that is.
Can you imagine pulling up that anchor if you accidentally drop it into the Sea of Blood?
At that point, you just cut the anchor and just lose it, because you wouldn't pull that thing up.
You're the sailor who drops it in, and Karon's like, yo, go pick that shit up. No.
Now that you guys are bringing all these up, I'm going to go back, and then I'm probably going to find a bunch of things.
And we've just ruined the game for you.
All right, guys. MK11 is now even worse.
Were you a big player with any of the 3D era games, or were you mostly kind of around the reboot season that you kind of jumped into?
So I did play a little bit of the 3D era games, like the Shadow. I played Shadow Monks. That's a completely different thing. But
amazing game.
I played a little bit. Yeah, right. I played a little bit of the 3D stuff, but I didn't really play it. Like maybe my friends might have it, and I'll go over there, or my cousin might have it. I'll play there. But I didn't really know the characters. I didn't know that much about the lore of each character and all that. So.
Have you actually ever covered much of the pre-reboot era on your YouTube channel?
I actually have done a couple videos, but that was way back. I think that I did that for hyping up MKX release. So I haven't really touched it much now on the channel though. But now I'm afraid to upload anything because demonetized. So
I wonder if actually the demonetization would apply to the older games.
I don't want to find out.
Did that affect your MKX stuff at all? Because you have a ton of MKX videos.
So when I uploaded MKX stuff in the beginning, everything was fine. But now, because of the new system, they're slowly going through and demonetizing certain MKX videos. But for the most part, I feel like if the videos aren't getting views, YouTube will be like, okay, there's no point demonetizing this. No one's watching it anyways. But the newer stuff, they'll just instantly, it's like, oh, this guy uploaded Shiva match, demonetize.
Yeah. Gosh. Have you ever participated in any tournaments?
So I participated in one tournament. And I don't do tournaments. All right, let me preface this. I don't do tournaments because I am a nervous wreck. My hands start shaking if it's like really under pressure. Like, oh, you gotta do this. Like I'm playing like a shooting game or something. I'm the last one on the team. They're like, you gotta win this or we lose. I get nervous and I lose the game. So I can't do tournaments. But I did one tournament for Facebook, and this was the same month when Rhonda had her tournament. So there's two tournaments for charity. One was the celebrity tournament, and then one was the content creator tournament. Now, the content creator tournament, I'm going to be honest, that tournament was just super easy, and I was in it, and I only lost one match, and I won the whole thing. But that's just because they didn't really get many actual MK. Like, they got a couple fighting game guys, but not really MK players. So it was kind of a clean victory for me all throughout the tournament. So I've only done one official tournament, and that's the only one that I won.
Hey,
so I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire on 1-0.
Yeah.
But do you not want to play Dimitri Vegas?
I actually played Dimitri Vegas one time.
Way.
Yeah, I think it was Mustard had an event with Dimitri Vegas, and it was like fighting him in a King of the Hill with me, Caboose, and I think Unruly.
Cool.
And I fought him, and I did random character select, and I think I went easy on him, or I let him win because everyone else was like demolishing him. I think he didn't win a single game, so I just did random character select, and I just let him win one time just so he doesn't like get mad.
If Dimitri Vegas ever listens to this, that's on you.
I definitely did not put down my controller and get a drink.
I feel so bad for him as a kind of a face for Mortal Kombat, and then not know how to play the game that well.
Yeah, and not even play your own character, but it's here or there.
Yeah, I kind of felt more bad about to be honest, the voice acting. Now, I don't blame him at all. I think it was a very bad decision on, NRS's part, or whoever was in charge of that. But poor guy, man. Like, to be fair, he gave us some amazing voice lines. Like, as you said at the start of this episode, it's like looking in a mirror, and it's awesome.
Is my favorite. That is my favorite line ever. It's so bad, it's so good.
Exactly.
Do you main as Johnny Cage on every time you play, or do you have some characters that you kind of resort to?
So everyone just assumes I main Johnny Cage. And for the most part, I did main Johnny in MKX. I did main Johnny in MK9. In MK11, though, I don't like Johnny that much. He's in my top 5, but my main would be like Nightwolf or like Collector. So
interesting. Very nice. See what happens when you assume, Phantom? How could you?
I don't know. Just something about Johnny. Like Johnny, one of the things I didn't like about him at the start, like when the game first came out, Johnny was like bottom of the list. He was the worst character ever.
Yeah,
now apparently
he really was.
Top tier. But the one thing I just don't like about Johnny to this day still is like his crushing blows are kind of crap. Like he only has one good crushing blow and one variation. So
yeah, have you not picked him up since any of the buffs?
I still play Johnny like every other day. It's just he's not my main. So when I go to Sweaty League, I'm not picking Johnny because I need the connection to be top notch if I'm picking Johnny.
Whenever he was in Mortal Kombat 9, I actually loved playing as him just because he had so many different kick combos that he could do.
Yes.
And they were so quick. Yeah. And Yanni knows this. I'm not much of a tournament player or anything like that, but he was such a fun character. I thought.
No, but I think your choices of Nightwolf and Collector are sick choices, to be honest. Those are definitely two characters who, especially Collector, who are slept on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just, Nightwolf, I wasn't a huge Nightwolf fan, ever. I always thought, he was like, okay, cool, Nightwolf's there. But then when he came out for MK11, I picked him up and I'm like, wow, he's actually pretty solid. I like his combos. He has some lows. He has some overheads. He's quick. He has projectiles. Let's pick this character. And I just stuck with him. And then Collector, what's better than 4 arms? 6 arms, right?
So have you not picked up Shiva then?
I actually did pick up Shiva as well. Shiva's actually, surprisingly, I thought I was going to hate Shiva. Out of the 3 new characters, I thought it was going to be like, I love Fujin, Robocop, and then Shiva. But surprisingly, it's like Shiva's my favorite character to play as, and then Robocop, and then Fujin.
Oh, Fujin's your last.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I need to hear you about Fujin. Tell me your thoughts.
Okay. Don't get me wrong, the character's awesome, like design and all that, but just his gameplay, I feel like if you don't have the timing down, you are so screwed. You are going to get punished and your life is gone.
Oh, man. I have been advocating Fujin for so long, and okay, MK11 drops. I am so happy to have Noob Saibot and Scarlet back, yeah? Immediately my mains, and I'm playing with Frost too. Fujin drops, along with Shang Tsung. These two are my mains now. And to this day, I feel like I'm a good, but also extremely bad Fujin. Does that make any sense? But
It makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
There was a recent meme. This is, again, on Reddit. Mr. J17. I have really been sleeping on the meme realm. Sorry, guys. But it's basically, don't fuck with us Fujin mains. We waited 14 fucking years for this character, and we can't figure out how to play him. I think that describes him perfectly.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Again, he's so awesome. I think his fatality, his look, everything, intro, story, great. But just the timing on his moves, if you just screwed up by a millisecond, your opponent drops, and then you're just looking like an idiot with your hands up, and then
you're eating 30%.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of people say that he actually kind of plays like a MKX or Mortal Kombat 9 character, which is off-putting for Mortal Kombat 11.
Mm.
Well, one somebody commented, I guess shout out to Ben, commented on the meme realm saying,
Johnny, do you remember every single meme submitter that you have?
You have like a folder. You're like, this one.
No. Ben is a friend, and he commented on the meme basically that I just told you guys about, and he said he has the execution precision of an MKX character, but the damage of a Deadly Alliance character.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't know, Deadly Alliance did not have much damage.
But it sounds like you got a solid roster of characters that you pick. Okay, you've mentioned that you don't deal well with obviously being nervous. How do you deal with Kombat League, man?
How do I deal with Kombat League? I don't play it. I don't play it unless there's a skin that I have to get. Like I want to try to get all Johnny skins. So
gosh, I think Werewolf Johnny is going to be the hard one to get.
I do not.
Isn't that one coming in the pack?
No, that's in the pack, man. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not playing Kombat League then.
You want those reptile skins, don't lie.
Nope. We discussed before, the only one I care about is Werewolf Johnny from these new reveals.
Dude, it's so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all this. I think Samurai Noob? Is it Noob or Sub-Zero?
Oh, the Sub-Zero one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I think that one looks kind of cool. And then Devourer Nurse one is like, it's okay.
Is that not the sexiest MK11 skin, guys? What? No?
I don't know that one.
Cage, you have to tell Yanni why the Teen Wolf Johnny is such a good skin, because we've talked about this on one of our Tarkot and Bite Side episode. He doesn't understand how cool the skin that is.
Come on. It's freaking Werewolf Johnny. It writes itself. That's like a movie, all right? Werewolf by Night, starring Johnny Cage. Like, come on.
Yeah, that is a compelling argument. Do you think that they will add a werewolf movie to Johnny Cage's sort of resume in MK11?
Yes. I think so. It's coming soon.
Gotta make it canon, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking through all the skins now. Do none of the chitin or reptile skins interest either of you?
No. I think they're cool. I think all these new Kombat League skins are cool. But do I really isn't the reptile scorpion, isn't that like the final one for like the next season?
Oh,
I don't want to play.
They're gonna make reptile scorpion. This is a Scorpion skin. In every Kombat League, Scorpion has been either the daily challenge one or the first tier, as far as I remember.
Well, if it's the first tier, then I'm gonna go for it. But if it's the final one, I'm not going through Demigod again, dude.
No need for that hell.
Too much. And then there's a Johnny Cage skin in the final one as well, the final Kombat League, when it wears like metal arms.
Yeah.
I hope that one's not Demigod as well, because I don't want to go through another controller. But I like these skins. I just don't want to stress. And like every time I stream my matches of Kombat League, the beginning of my stream, like, yo, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another. And then at the end, I'm like, listen, don't talk to me right now. Silence. I need silence.
So you stream all your games too? Your gaming?
For the most part. If I don't, if I'm not streaming, I'm not playing games. So if I'm playing something, I'm gonna stream it. So when people ask me, it's like, what do you do when you're not playing games? Sleeping.
Yeah. it's a lifestyle choice.
It's a good life, I think.
Besides, of course, the Mortal Kombat stuff, do you have hobbies outside of the gaming community?
Hobbies outside of gaming.
Is such a thing?
Yeah, is that such a thing? My life for the past year or so has literally been, I wake up, I stream. After my stream, I make a video, upload that video, and then maybe eat, and then
Maybe.
do a night stream. Yeah, maybe eat. Sometimes there's days where I don't eat until like 1 a.m.
Oh man.
Yeah. My eating schedule is really jacked up, and also my sleeping schedule is messed up. But yeah, I really don't have time to do any other thing besides stream, make videos, and then on the weekend is when I take some time off from stuff. That's when I hang out with my girlfriend, and that's pretty much it. So I don't have much going on in my life.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. It has its ups, it has its downs. It's like if you put in the work, you'll get something back. But if I'm slacking, I'm not gonna make much that month, and then I can't pay the bills, and bills are gonna be coming in hard soon. So gotta keep working. But I enjoy it.
I imagine like the future of your channel is you wearing sunglasses, shirtless, with your name tattooed across your chest. For
maybe when I start hitting the gym again, maybe.
No better time than now, right? We're all stuck at home as it is.
Even before the pandemic, which shall not be named, came into being, your schedule didn't really change much from all this, has it?
No. I mean, it slowed down the buying everything Mortal Kombat because, that requires me to go outside, and I have a camera guy that, he follows me, but social distancing and all that. So when it first started, we were locked inside, and I didn't leave my house for a while because, I don't want to get it. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, if anything, it made me stream and make more videos because I literally had no excuse not to do it.
Oh, yeah. You're like, well, I'm not going outside today.
Exactly. I remember like I was inside for like maybe a month or 2 months or something like that. I did not go outside.
Wow.
So the first time I went outside to get mail, the sun touched my skin, and I was like, where am I? What is this?
I get that vitamin D, man. Wow.
Dude, yeah.
A month.
It was rough. It was rough.
One of the first Realmcast episodes we had was with Uppercut Editions, the creator of the Mortal Kombat Encyclopedia. And we were talking about our time with Final Combat. And that's actually where I met you, was the Chicago Final Combat tournament, which, as a lot of our listeners and a lot of people who were there know, it was canceled the day before the event.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you posted a funny little video on it, but do you want to kind of walk us through your experience on that day? Just because that was such a mess for everybody involved.
That was the most interesting weekend of my life, something like that. So at the time, this whole pandemic or whatever has been kind of rough. It's been canceling events left and right. And I was nervous. I was like, "Oh crap! Final Combat is gonna get canceled. This can't happen. I want this to happen. I want to go because I want to meet all the fans. I want to play the new character, and then what is it? Cara Tagawa was gonna be there, and Keith David, and all of them. And I was like, "Oh,
and Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane. So I was gonna be able to meet them and all that." And then the day came where I had to fly out. I woke up in the morning, drove to the airport, still looking online. Everything's A-okay. I'm like, okay, I'm literally at the airport. All right. I checked into my flight. I'm on my plane now. I'm still on my phone looking. Everything's A-okay. So if I'm on the plane now, the event's tomorrow, there's no way that's going to get canceled. We did it, guys. I turned my phone to airplane mode. We fly off. We land. I turn my phone off airplane mode. My phone blew up. All right. And then, because I think I made a tweet. I can't remember the tweet, but it's something like, "Final Combat, here I come."
Oh, no.
I opened my Twitter when I finally landed, and then people were like, "This tweet aged poorly," or "Cage, oh no." I'm like, what do you mean, oh no? What are you guys talking about? And then I see the post that someone linked me, and I thought this was totally Photoshop. It says, "Unfortunately, we had to cancel this because of blah, blah." And I'm like, okay, guys, good Photoshop. And then I realized it came from the official Twitter account, verified. I'm like, so
that's
you're
right,
saying that
they posted an image of it too, didn't they?
Yeah. Yep. So like, so you're saying that I flew here, and the event's canceled. Like, 24 hours before? Really? Come on. So I was kind of annoyed because at that point I'm like, what do I do now? And fortunately for me, the awesome people at Warner Brothers, they flew me out there, so I didn't have to pay for anything like that. And now they did say, like, because the event's over or canceled for everyone publicly, you could just stay here for a couple days because they had us out for a couple days. Or if you want, we can fly you home early. So at that point, I'm like, I'm already here. So I guess I'll stay a couple days. And then that's where Caboose and a couple of us heard that a lot of people were gathering at the arcade. So went there and fortunately, I got to meet some of you guys. And overall, the weekend didn't go the way I planned, but it was still pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, it was. And luckily, Warner Brothers went through and refunded everybody on their...
That's fantastic.
Did they?
See, that's a thing that I got to give them props for, because I know some companies probably would not do that. They'd be like, oh, well, you're out of luck. But they actually were really awesome. And if anyone did pay for flights or whatever, they would get your money back.
I unfortunately drove there 10 hours and arrived at I think it was 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and they did not cover that expense. So
Wow. If I was you, I'd be pretty angry as well. So.
Wow.
But I give them props because they did give ticket refunds and they did refund everybody's plane tickets because there are people flying in from overseas, Puerto Rico, Australia, all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that weekend went crazy.
Yeah, see, you guys should have done what I did.
What?
I just stayed home. I do not envy you at all for that, though. That it sounds like such a bad... I mean, the flight itself, that's cool, taken care of. And obviously, WB being kind enough to pay for everyone, that's great. And then getting pretty much a free weekend out of it. But Phantom, oof.
Luckily, also, they still had, because I was invited out there for the event, but then there was also that special Spawn capture session. So I got to record early Spawn gameplay. So I still got to do that, which I was like, okay, I'm still gonna record Spawn though, and they're like, we're gonna figure that out. So I was really nervous that I was not gonna be able to, but luckily I was able to. And then they still gave me some cool Spawn Todd McFarlane figure and a comic book, which I think everyone's supposed to get at the event, but now I don't know how people are getting that. But
a comic book.
Yeah, so I got a Todd McFarlane Spawn issue, but it's a variant Mortal Kombat cover where it has Spawn from MK on it. And I looked up online and I can't find anything about it. I don't see a lot of people having it, so I don't know if it's, I guess, rare now. I don't know, but I'm I'm just waiting for them to be like, all right, here's the Spawn comic. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. So you get to actually show up and kind of get your hands on the games before they're released. Is that right?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they have special events and they fly some of us out. Well, actually, the only time they fly us out is for the big events. So there was, I think Terminator was, they invite us, right? They're like, hey, well, we have this capture session at this event. We'd love to have you there if you want to, join. I'm like, sure. But they're not going to pay for flight or anything. That, there was one event at TwitchCon where Terminator was recordable. And I had to fly myself out for that and many other events. And I'm perfectly fine with doing that. I appreciate when they do fly me out, but I flew myself out for that and recorded Terminator. And that was the only reason why I was at TwitchCon. I'm not a Twitch streamer, so I literally had no purpose of being there except for Terminator.
Oh, that's right. Because you only stream on Facebook. Is that right?
Yes. I'm only streaming on Facebook.
Wow. Okay.
Do you upload your streams after on YouTube?
I don't upload my streams to YouTube. I only, sometimes if there's a really funny thing that happens, I might make it a highlight. But it's rare that I upload that just because I don't want to go through the footage again.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you. You spend the whole day on it. You don't want to look through it again.
Exactly.
So you've mentioned you made some friends in the community when you headed down for Final Combat, and you've mentioned you're still in touch with a couple of them. Any that specifically stick out?
Well, I met the Uppercut Edition guys. They were awesome, right? They gave me a book. They gave me one of the prototypes.
Oh, that's right.
Which is awesome.
The encyclopedia.
Actually, tell us about the book
or the compendium.
Yes, the compendium. So I was honored with this great book. Right? It was so I have seen this thing go through so many versions, and this version that they were awesome enough to give me was just so clean. And I really want to see this thing fully made because I feel like I'm invested in this, seeing through the whole process here. But yeah, I was honored. I was shocked that they're like, hey, we want to give you this book, and I was like, me. Talk to the right guy, me. And so I got home and made a little video on it. And people were like, where can I buy this book? I'm like, listen, you got to tell NetherRealm, you got to tell Warner Brothers, because that's the only way we're going to get this thing made.
Oh, yeah, that needs to definitely get made. I'm waiting for Warner Brothers to say, we need to have this.
Yeah.
Because they showed it off there, and everybody who saw it was like just blown away by it. So you've been able to attend the TwitchCon, and you've done the Final Combat. Have there been any other big events that you've managed to attend?
Before this whole pandemic happened, I usually go to almost any event I can attend. So I think last year I flew like 12 times. And there was like some months where I flew twice to different events. I've been to like PAX East, PAX South, PAX West, E3. I was supposed to be at Final Combat. So I pretty much go to any event, but most of the time I go there because if Facebook is there, they have a booth, I like to go and like show my face, be like, hey guys, it's me. It's one of the founding 40. So I like to do that.
They're like founding 40. What?
We're making that a thing on this episode. We're making that a thing.
Who's this guy? Uncrazy gamer or something? Like, get him out of here. I'm like, guys, I'm a partner. So I like to do that. I like to go to events. And I, like I said, I don't really have much hobbies outside of like making videos and streaming, so I'm usually on my computer a majority of the week. So any chance I get to go outside and interact with people, I'm gonna take. So I like flying to these events and meeting, and that's a great place to meet fans as well. So yeah,
that's cool. So do you have any tentatively planned coming up that you'll be at?
There was one event that was supposed to happen this year, but I think they canceled it like last week, so I guess I'm not going to that one either. And honestly, even if they opened up events, I probably don't feel comfortable enough to go. Like, I don't feel safe,
Yeah, so. That definitely makes sense. With the Final Combat, which it was probably the last event you got to attend, wasn't it? They at least got to do something afterward at Galloping Ghost Arcade.
Yeah.
And even there, there was still, everything was starting to come in the air and everybody was a little bit afraid. So it'll be interesting to see when a new event does occur, what's going to happen and how people are going to react to it.
Yeah, because I think it might be that event, the Final Combat trip, was my last trip that I had. Like, after I came home from that, like, things went crazy with the world and it's shut down everywhere. So that was the last proper human interaction I had with people. And at the time, like, I knew it was still a thing. Like, the news was brewing of this whole pandemic. So like every time I like met someone, I shook their hand, I would like instantly pull out hand sanitizer and just hand sanitize. So like my hands are super dry at the end of the night, but I still kept it in the back of my mind. But it's like, I'm there, I'm just not gonna be like, hey, wave and not shake your hand or something, because I feel like that's just kind of a rude thing to do. But
you could do the elbow bump.
Yeah, I'm not, at this point nowadays. I'm just gonna give you a head nod. I'd be like, nice.
That's all I'm doing. So at the time of this recording, basically, there's supposed to be some upcoming news from NRS on what is possibly Kombat Pack 2 or 3, depending on how they're addressing Aftermath. Have you heard anything or any leaks that really stick out to you?
So I get sent leaks, not as much anymore, but because I've started to not cover leaks on my channels, because I feel like every day there's a new person posting on Twitter saying, my uncle's mother's a janitor at Warner Brothers and she saw this on the board and these are the characters. I'm like, really? And then other times there's like someone taking a picture and they're like shaking their hand so it's super blurry. It's like, what am I looking at here? So there's always like a fake leak every day, and people want me to cover it. I'm like, listen, I don't cover leaks anymore, but I see other content creators doing it. I think there's a conspiracy theory that the YouTubers actually made the leaks so they can make the news videos.
Oh my gosh.
Because listen, I see these guys making videos after videos and it's, they get views, but it's not real. Like, how many times can you say this character's confirmed in the game and they're not in the game? Like, come on. So what's next?
It's like you have a dynasty of debunked videos.
I'm walking away, guys. I'm walking away. Hold on.
Anyways, so what's next for Mortal Kombat? I don't know. But like, Ed Boon did say that there's gonna be more stuff. So I hope it's more than just these Kombat League skins and the last Halloween skin. I really, really hope that we get another compact, because if you guys been following me, like, I really want Ash in the game. Like, there's been rumors of him being in the game since first Kombat pack, and then there was stuff that happened, and he's not in the game. But then every time there's a new leak, they're like, "Oh, Ash is in the leak." I'm like, "Okay, really?" It's like, get Cage, are you excited? Ash is finally coming. You guys said that for the past like 3 DLC releases. Like, I don't see him yet. So don't even get my hopes up now. Even like, what is it? Richard Epcar did a little video of him saying, yeah, Bruce Campbell is going to be in the new pack. I'm like, even that right there doesn't even give me hope anymore. I am done getting my hopes up.
We recently had a Tarkon bite-sized episode on the same topic, and Yanni has never seen an Evil Dead movie. Or like anything associated with Evil Dead.
You really gotta throw me under the bus on a Rumcast episode. Look at this guy.
All right, well, it was nice talking to you guys. I'm gonna.
My theory is that actually Ash got replaced by the Joker with some of the same movesets. Just, maybe they tweaked him a little bit, but it kind of makes sense in my head that, his Batgun puppet would have been a boomstick, and maybe his fire extinguisher that he hits you over the head with, a seltzer bottle, whatever it is, would have been Ash's chainsaw and things like that. So I don't think we're gonna be getting Ash, or if we are, it's gonna be like they're gonna have to go through a whole new mocap session for it.
So here's my thing. I don't look at leaks anymore because all of them are BS. But like the very beginning, there was one leak. Like this is one of the first ones, and did say the characters, and like every character named off was right. They said Terminator. They said who else was it? Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, whatever. And Ash was on there, and also Joker was on there. So they did say 2 of the characters. So I think something happened with legal issues with Ash, and then they replaced him with Joker. That's why Joker looked like crap in the first trailer. And so I think I can see what you saying about the Joker gameplay being Ash's gameplay, but like if we think about it, also in the trailer there was like that chainsaw noise, and then they could have easily gave Joker a chainsaw, which he has wielded at one point, but they didn't. So if they gave him a chainsaw, I would be like, okay, Joker replacement, that's fine. But they didn't give him a chainsaw. So that's my only thing. I still think there is hope, but I'm not wishing for Ash in the game, because if I get my hopes up again and he doesn't show up, I'm going to cry. So right now, I'm just going to say he's not in Mortal Kombat. All right? He's not going to show up, guys. So if he doesn't show up, cool. I'm fine. But if he does show up, I'm going to break some tables.
With a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw. I'm going to go out, buy a chainsaw, break a table, and then buy a new table.
No, I mean, your theory is pretty much what I was saying as well. I don't go as to the same extent as Phantom with how they've changed possibly his the animations and such in the mocap for the Joker. But as you said, in the initial trailer, we did hear that chainsaw noise, and that was later on changed to laughing. And then also, as you said as well, the Joker did look like crap at first.
Yeah, he looked like Play-Doh, dude. He looked like, I don't know, man.
One of my favorite memes was the one where they showed a Brazer's version of Joker, and then they compared it against NetherRealm's Joker.
Oh, God.
And they said, who did it better? Well, uncaged, where can our fans listen to you, or where can they find you?
You can find me anywhere on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. It's all unCAGEDgamez with a Z at the end, because that was my original account that got copyrighted, and so I had to make a new one. So that's unCAGEDgamez with a Z.
Oh, wow. Really? So you used to be unCAGEDgamez with an S?
Yes, I used to be the OG unCAGEDgamez with an S. But then at the time, I uploaded a bunch of videos with music in them, and at the time you could do that, but then YouTube got really strict and then copyrighted my videos. So then I had to create a new channel. And you know what? I like the Z better. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's edgy.
Oh yeah.
Before we let you go, what is your favorite finisher in Mortal Kombat?
Oh man. Okay. So I'm pretty sure there's something like a lot better out there. But when someone asks me what's my favorite finisher, what's my favorite fatality, the first one that always pops in my head, like instantly, is the MKX Johnny's Here's Johnny fatality. I don't know why. That's just nice. It always pops up. Everyone's like, what's your favorite? Oh, here's Johnny. That's the one. I just think it's awesome.
That's what Yanni thought you were going to say.
Really? I said, really? I'm calling it. He's going to say this one, and I got it.
Yep. Bingo wasn't Nemo. That's the one.
It's a good choice.
uncaged, is there anything else you'd like to plug before we let you go?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. My schedule is very busy, but I had to show you guys some support. And
Thank you.
I mean, if you guys have not yet, check out my videos, the Buy Everything Mortal Kombat. If you guys want more of those, watch the videos over and over again, like 1,000 times, so I can afford to make more. And yeah, I stream on Facebook Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep, and everybody keep in mind that is on Facebook, not Twitch. So
Yes. Trust me, I've got that a lot. Why are you streaming on Facebook? Listen, if you give it a shot, it's actually pretty cool. So.
Well, unCAGEDgamez, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you on the Realmcast.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thank you for having me.
And thank you for all of our listeners for stopping by. You can find Yanni and myself, Phantom, on the Mortal Kombat group on Facebook, as well as Yanni on the Mortal Kombat meme reel. Special thanks to our friends at Uppercut Editions, who are creating the Mortal Kombat Compendium. They can be found at Encyclopedia MK on Twitter. You can catch up on all episodes of the Realmcast on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, and Spotify. Thank you.
We are sexy. We are sexy bitches. This is goddamn ridiculous.